Hey everybody, and welcome to our launch event, Redefine Data Protection with EMC. I'm Michael Wilkie. Thank you for joining us, our live studio audience here today. So let's get things started by welcoming to the stage the president of EMC's Data Protection and Availability Division, Mr. Guy Churchward. Can you give us the headlines of the product news for today?
Yes, so we'll stay with Power 3. That's always kind of like a fancy number, right? So first one is on Data Protection Suite. We've got enhancements around it, so that's specifically around the Avamar and Networker and Mozy modules. The second part is on Data Domain. We've actually got a new operating system that we're bringing through. And the third one is around new deployment models for our availability products for RecoverPoint and vPlex.
We've got a series of product updates, and I've actually enlisted the help of Peter Smales from our team to give us a quick update on each of the launch items that we have announced today. So, Peter, over to you for a quick update.
Thanks, Michael. Great to be here. I'm joined by Matt Waxman, Vice President of Product Management. Matt, thanks for joining us.
Hey, thanks for having me.
So, RecoverPoint and vPlex, clearly key assets in our ability to deliver the entire data protection continuum, and a big part of our announcement today. What have you got for us?
Super excited, Peter. We've got some really cool stuff that we're launching. First is what we call vPlex Virtual Edition. Okay. It's a brand new offering for vPlex. We've basically taken vPlex as we know and love it today. We've packaged it up as a virtual appliance. We're now deploying it in a VMware ESX environment. So what that means is simple one-click operations, download, deploy in less than an hour, get the same great use case, mobility, continuous availability, all within your ESX environment. Really, really cool stuff.
So vPlex, as everybody knows and loves it, available in a virtual edition.
You got it.
Great.
You got it.
What else we got?
Second thing is MetroPoint. MetroPoint's a new topology. It's basically taking the best of what we've got with vPlex together with RecoverPoint and expanding it to a 3-site solution. So what we've done is we've taken continuous availability with vPlex Metro. We've done a long-distance DR copy with RecoverPoint. And what's really unique is it's a single copy. So we're no longer replicating to 2 independent copies. It's 1 copy at the 3rd site, fully integrated into things like VMware SRM, Microsoft, the rest of the tools all can be leveraged with it. Really, really unique capability.
Only ones that can do that.
Absolutely.
That sounds like something we should take a closer look at. Appreciate your time.
Thanks, Pete.
I'm going to take a walk over to the demo table and take a closer look at MetroPoint. Thanks. Take a closer look at the MetroPoint topology. I'm joined by Mike Zola, Senior Director of Corporate Systems Engineering. Mike, can you give us a quick setup and demo of MetroPoint, please?
Yeah, so what we have here is I have 3 sites. I have New York, New Jersey, and Paris. Okay. And between New York and New Jersey, I actually have MetroPoint set up. Okay. Right, so vPlex Metro. Okay. Active. Gotcha. Okay, and then we also have RecoverPoint, the MetroPoint piece of it, coming down into Paris.
Gotcha, so a total of 3 sites.
Correct.
Okay.
So let's walk through from the top down. Okay, so first we're looking at this environment. And when we look at this environment, we're actually writing data, as you can see, from New York down to Paris. Okay. Okay. And I'm actually going across the wire as well. So let's first go ahead and let's move my data center from New York into New Jersey. Okay. Okay, because every couple months I like to test that out and make sure it's okay. So what we're going to do now is I'm just simply going to right-click my SQL Server. I'm going to come down here to Migrate. And no different than vMotion, I'm moving it to an ESX server, but the ESX server is in Jersey. So now what's happening is it's pushing it across over into Jersey, and my application's still up and running. So I'm active in New Jersey now.
Okay, so active between those 2 sites. Exactly.
Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to update my group policy, and I'm going to change it from New York into New Jersey. That's just so that from a RecoverPoint perspective, I'm feeding from there first. Okay. Okay. So that's now happened, and if we go back over to status, we'll see a graphical representation of this moving from New York to Paris over to New Jersey to Paris.
Gotcha. Okay.
So that's my high availability.
Got it. But it gets better, right?
It does get better because you don't just need availability. What happens if someone deletes some data?
That doesn't sound good.
In an active world, I'm deleting it from both sides.
Okay.
So let's dive into SQL. So I'll be the dumb user, and I'll log into SQL, and I'll just delete the database. Okay. Now it says production, so I'm really dumb. So we deleted the database. Now we come back in here, and I'm going to fail over to Paris. So I'm going to click Fail Over, and now I get to choose my non-production copy. I'll choose the copy in Paris, because I know that the data will still be there. and I'll next select the image I want. I don't want the latest image, so I'll drill down here and I'll do it from a specific time. And we'll note that I'll choose this 34 gig database because I know the database is still there. I'll initiate the failover. It's doing the copy. It's enabling access. Once access is enabled, I'm up and running.
So first things first, you're back up and running from the third site.
Exactly. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish this up, which is then going to take it from Paris from a recovery point perspective, pushing it into New York.
Gotcha.
So now I can get back to where I was to begin with.
Get my first 2 sites back up and running as well, but I'm already back up and running from the third site.
From a data protection perspective, I'm up and running.
Got
now
it.
I'm just simply making it so I can now run that SQL database back in New York.
Gotcha. That sounds pretty unique. Anybody else can do this?
We're the only people that can do that today with the 3 sites.
That's really cool stuff. Thanks for your time.
Thanks, Peter.
Back to you, Michael.
Hey, Peter, what do you got for us up next?
Thanks, Michael. I'm joined by Vlado Mendic. Vlad,
Peter.
thanks for joining me. You're CTO of software. We heard from Guy earlier. Data protection suite, inclusive of Avamar, Networker, and the Mozy portfolio, big part of today's announcement. What can you tell us is new and exciting?
Absolutely. I mean, we made significant improvements across the entire data protection suite. So to kick it off, we made a significant milestone with data domain integration, which for all our enterprise backup applications. And for Avamar customers, this means that we now support all workloads, including backup over WAN, remote office, as well as desktop laptop.
Okay, so now Avamar consolidate all my workloads onto a data domain infrastructure.
Absolutely.
Great.
And all that with increased scale and performance.
Excellent. What else we have?
Now, on the theme of virtualization and data protection as a service, which is a big theme, we're introducing a deep integration of Avamar with VMware's Virtual Cloud Director.
Okay, VCD.
VCD.
Okay.
Now, this is not just a plugin for VCD. This opens new capabilities where the user can provision data protection in the same manner he would provision compute or storage directly within the VCD.
Gotcha. So native control from within a VMware environment for data
Native
protection.
control, but also we're looking at different scales here. So this is a fully elastic, distributed, and multi-tenant.
Key for data protection as a service.
Absolutely.
Gotcha.
Now, staying on the same topic, for Networker, we're introducing a new plugin for Microsoft System Center Virtual Machine Manager. So targeting both users of that system, which is the Hyper-V Fabric Administrator and Hyper-V Tenant Administrator.
Gotcha. So key message there, whether I'm hearing a theme here, whether I'm VMware, whether I'm Microsoft, virtual environments, we got you covered.
Visibility and control of data back to the owners.
Excellent. Excellent. Great. I know there's more.
Sure. So with Network Array 2, we're also introducing the new snapshot management capabilities.
Snapshot being a key part of an overall data protection strategy. Okay.
Yes, and we made a big progress last year. So this year we're extending that to NAS filers, targeting EMC, VNX,
Okay.
Isilon, as well as NetApp.
So not just EMC, third-party storage platforms as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this offers rapid data protection for very large data sets.
Okay.
Like a matter of seconds, you're done.
Gotcha.
Now, what makes this truly unique is the catalog synchronization and auto-discovery, which means it doesn't matter if you're a backup admin or the storage admin, you can control the operations.
So there's that visibility and control thing, whether I'm a storage
Exactly.
admin or a backup admin.
Exactly.
I
You
can
can use
control my
you can use
protection.
your native tools,
Okay.
and you will still have full visibility and reporting and meet your SLAs when
Great.
it comes to data protection.
Very cool. Very cool. I think there's more, right?
Cloud, big topic.
Yes, absolutely.
So with cloud, we made significant improvements to the Mozy portfolio.
Okay.
So with Mozy Sync, we were introducing the integration with the corporate key management.
Sounds like security enhancements.
Absolutely.
Okay.
On the same topic, security, we're also introducing integration with the corporate accounting systems, such as LDAP, for a secure and fast user provisioning.
Okay.
Now, again, security, big topic. So all this is done in accordance with HIPAA guidelines.
Great.
And
Okay.
since the cloud workloads are getting so much bigger and bigger, we're also extending the direct-to-cloud protection for Linux servers.
Terrific. So taking an aggregate, Avamar, Networker, and Mozy, key enablers for delivering data protection as a service, delivering the entire continuum, and providing that visibility and control that data owners want to control their data protection.
Absolutely.
Really
and this is
exciting
just the
stuff.
highlights.
Yeah.
There is much more.
Great. Well, appreciate your time. Thanks very much. Michael, we'll throw it back to you.
So let me just toss it back to Peter for the last time. Peter?
Thanks, Michael. I'm joined by Ron Marita, Vice President of Engineering. Ron, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Protection storage, key pillar for our ability to deliver the entire data protection continuum, ability to deliver data protection as a service, and to provide the visibility and control that data owners want. What's new and exciting in today's announcement?
DDoS 5.5 is really an exciting release for us. So we're providing, first of all, secure multi-tenancy.
Okay.
So this is allowing large enterprises and service providers to offer data protection as a service.
Great. So one physical infrastructure, carve it up across multiple tenants.
Exactly.
Got it.
Exactly. And then our second feature is around archival. So we're supporting 1 billion files with a data domain system.
Okay, that's one with a B.
One with a B.
Gotcha. So data domain, back-end protection, storage for everything from availability all the way through archive application workloads.
Exactly.
Great. What else we got?
So last and perhaps the best is really around our enterprise application support. So with DD Boost for enterprise apps, we were really successful with Oracle RMAN, and so now we're adding HANA, SAP, DB2, and Microsoft SQL.
Great. So expanding the ecosystem of enterprise application support for DD Boost. That's really exciting and something I want to take a closer look at.
Very
so
cool stuff.
Thanks for your time. I'm going to take a stroll back over to the demo table, but thanks again.
Thank you.
Mike, good to see you again.
How you doing, Peter?
So just talking to Ron over there about DD Boost for enterprise apps, we've got a great demo we can show folks. So can you give me a quick tee up and then show us the demo?
Yeah, so what we're looking at here is SQL 2012.
Okay, so we're not looking at a backup application.
No, this is SQL,
Okay.
right? So a SQL admin comes into this on a regular basis, checks out how things are going.
Okay.
Now what you're seeing up here in the top corner is we have this DD Boost for Microsoft apps. So I'm going to click on that and it's going to open up a screen. This screen, as I make it bigger, really looks as though it's SQL out of the box, right? This mirrors the screen. And what we're doing here is I'm choosing a database I want to protect, the description of that database, and how long I want to keep it.
Okay.
Right.
All within my standard SQL interface.
Pretty simple.
Okay.
Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make this a striped backup, which means in this case I'm using 2 streams. So that's going to give me better performance.
Right, because a key tenet of DD Boost in general is not just about visibility and control, but performance, correct?
Agreed. So
Okay.
I'm not only going to get the performance that Boost gives me natively, but I'm going to get this ability now to multi-stream
Gotcha.
it to the backup system.
Gotcha.
Now I also have this ability to see a script. This script I can leverage to go ahead and automate backup inside of a regular schedule, a third-party schedule that I already have in my enterprise.
Okay.
Or, in this case, we're actually going to run it straight from the system. So we'll do an ad hoc backup. So we'll go down here, we'll click Run, and backups are kicking off. We have the administration backups.
And all my status, again, in my native format that I'm expecting to see.
As a SQL administrator, I couldn't be happier. I haven't had to learn anything different. This is exactly what I'm used to seeing.
And my backup's complete.
Backups complete.
Gotcha. But we all know it's not about backup, it's about restore. So what do we got?
So restore is much the same. So I'm going to click in the same application that I opened up before, the plugin. I'm going to click the Restore tab. And this time I'm going to choose the data domain system I want to recover from.
Okay.
Then I'm going to start choosing the instance as well as the database that I want to restore. Pretty simple.
Yeah.
I'm going to rename the database because I'm going to go out of place. And now I'm looking at a timeline. This timeline gives me the capability to see where I have significant full backups noted by those green lines.
Okay.
And a slider so I can have SQL play the logs forward or back depending upon where I want to go.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Okay. In this case, instead of just playing with the slider here, which I love to do, I'll go back to the last backup and I'll simply restore that.
Okay.
Now I'm going to say restore. I choose where I want it to go. I'm going to relocate all the files to another location. So I'm going to choose where I'm going to put my database and my log files. So as I drill down here, there's my recovery database. I'll find my log location. I'll look at my options, right? And I can see that same script again.
Okay. So
that
I know
like
the
to
right
see.
things are happening.
I know
Okay.
what SQL is going to be doing on the background. Initiate my restore, and I'm done.
Pretty cool stuff. So performance, visibility, control, all within a native interface that I'm accustomed to.
Exactly.
Really exciting stuff. Appreciate the time. Thanks very
Thanks,
much.
Peter.
Back to you, Michael.
I want to thank our guests today. I want to thank a great studio audience. Give yourself a round of applause. So for now, on behalf of everybody at EMC's Data Protection and Availability Division, Thanks so much, and we'll see you next time.